Hey everyone, it's Tracy Martirani here from Holistic Wellness with Tracy, and today I'm inviting you to join me while I make this delicious chickpea stew topped with grilled mushrooms and an herb relish. I'm starting with an onion, so I'm going to dice about half an onion and then about half or 3/4 of a red bell pepper. You can dice these pieces as large as you want. I like them fairly fine, but if you want your stew to be nice and chunky, keep them a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to put a tablespoon or two of olive oil into my pan. Let that begin to warm up and then begin to cook the onion and the pepper. Let it begin to soften. I'm also peeling and prepping a few cloves of garlic that I will add in a little bit. As always, a little salt, a little pepper. And then I'm going to add just a little splash of water to this and put the top on to allow these veggies to steam and soften while I continue to prep other things. Now I'm just opening some cans. I'm using canned chickpeas here. You could use dried. If you're going to use dried, you just want to soak them for about 24 hours. So you would have wanted to start them a day before, just letting them sit on the counter in water for 24 hours. But a can is quick and easy. And then I just have a can of diced tomatoes that I'm opening, and then I'm going to start washing up my mushrooms. I'm using Portobello's just because that's what was handy at my store, but if you come across something else, something a little more exotic, knock yourself out. Use whatever kind of mushrooms you can find. And then I'm just cleaning them up a little bit. I like to always cut off the end of the stem because I find it's usually kind of dry. And then sometimes with these big portobellos, around the ridge, we'll just have like this weird rubbery part that I don't really enjoy. This one here has a lot. I'm just gonna peel it off. And some people will tell you you shouldn't wash your mushrooms in water, but I find if you're going to be cooking them right away, you might as well. It makes it easier. If you want to eat them raw, like in a salad, then yeah, you probably don't want to get them really wet. But when you're going to be cooking them, go ahead, rinse the mud off them. I'm just coating them with some olive oil and a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to throw them on my grill. If the weather was nice, I would take them outside and grill them, but it's not. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to click the like button. Doing so lets YouTube know that people are interested in content like mine. Just checking on my peppers and onions, making sure they're softening up. They are, so I'm going to add in my garlic. Now here, I used, I think, about 3 cloves, but you know, use as much or as little as you like. And then to flavor this up, I'm using ginger, cumin, and cinnamon. Here I'm adding not the full amount. I think I add about a teaspoon of the cumin, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon and ginger. But then later in the process, I didn't get it on film, but I did taste it and felt it needed a little bit more. So in the end, I think I used about 2 teaspoons of cumin and about 1 teaspoon each of the cinnamon and the ginger. And I also came back and added about a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I could have even added a little bit more. It would have been delicious. Maybe even a little bit of cayenne or red pepper flakes would have been yummy. And then once I just allow those spices to sort of become warm and fragrant, I'm going to add in the tomatoes, stir that in, and then I'll add in my chickpeas and stir those in. And then it's just a matter of letting this cook a little bit, letting the flavors all meld together, let the chickpeas get a little softer. I'm pretty much going to stir it around, stick the lid on, and then set it aside over low heat and let it just simmer away. I did come back and add about half a cup of veggie broth. I don't know if it's really necessary, but you know, I did. And now I'm going to get the mushrooms on the grill. So I'm just adding some oil to my grill pan and then popping these on. I let them cook for a while on side one, and then I flip them over, flip to the other side, let that grill for a while. And then really I just sort of flopped them back and forth a couple different times until I felt that they were cooked through. And while they're cooking, I'm also just prepping some parsley to add into my stew, chopping that all up. It was probably a quarter of a cup, I'm guessing. Use more or less, whatever you like. Or you can even omit it altogether. Add a different herb. There's all kinds of options. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you never miss a future video. And now my mushrooms are pretty much done. This one here in the middle is bigger than the other one, so I'm going to let it sit here for a few extra minutes just to make sure it's cooked all the way through. And then I'm going to take 2 of these mushrooms and just slice them up for dinner. The other 2 I will just save and use them in some other dish. Most likely I'll use them in the morning with some eggs, make a nice breakfast. And to serve it, I have these nice pasta bowls that I use a lot for both pasta and stews. I'm putting a couple nice big scoops of the stew in here. I'll top it with the mushrooms and then a little dollop of this freshly made herbal relish. It's sort of like a chimichurri. I will put a link down in the description box to how I make this. It is like this nice vinegary, herby condiment that just brings out the deliciousness of grilled veggies, grilled meats. I like to have it on eggs. It is so versatile and so delicious. I really hope you will give this dish a try. It's a vegetarian dish that even the carnivores will love. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.